Hi, this is Jesse Cranio again, coming to you for one more episode of Desperate Teachers, with recipes, relief and support for developing and tired teachers. In this podcast, we look at how teachers can improve and further their teaching, while making teaching more successful for teachers and students. This podcast is for English teachers and teachers at large everywhere, whatever you may be teaching or contemplating to teach. This material is copyright. Desperate Teachers is helping teachers teach, because teachers have questions too, on all known supports and all supports to come. Today, we look at various approaches in teaching. Talking from experience. I have been teaching, training and coaching for over 35 years now, for the greater part of it only through recommendations. And all the time my concern has been geared to optimizing performance and results for my students, so they can reinvest their acquired skills instantly. To do that, a mere teacher and university training is only the opening door to the classroom, yet far from what the teacher will need in his encounters and sessions. I trained myself in many skills with the aim of making them collateral to a comprehensive teaching. As a former dancer and singer, I am also a fully trained caterer, as well as a hypnotherapist, a Reiki practitioner, and a music therapist. I specialize in teaching, training, and coaching in language and communications, and cross-cultural training and advising. My curriculum is fueled with a furious appetite for living, and learning has led me to improve my offer in an ongoing process. All this intensive and expansive and expensive approach has brought a wealth of benefits with a high return of investment, which I propose to lay out here for you. The present podcast will take teachers right across the spectrum of teaching and training. Teaching and material, approaches and support material, mostly aiming at teaching English as a foreign language. Although the arguments presented here are not only valid for teaching English, but any language, as much as teaching in general, regardless of the subject. The application of those simple rules will see you teach, and your teaching will never fail to surprise you and your students. Teaching, training, lecturing and coaching. Teaching. Teaching is a process by which a teacher is educating through the passing of information to his audience, which is traditionally applied at home or in a schooling institution, usually reserved to younger learners, with a view to achieving academic knowledge and recognition. Training. Training is giving the tools to do a job and showing how they should be used to obtain the best results, best done with practical hands-on exercises. This approach is called upon to enable adult professionals to further their skills and or acquire new ones. Coaching. Coaching is helping people find the resources to improve their skills. These resources may even be found in themselves. Coaching should start with an extensive audit of the situation and offer to promote personal development, stepped up and followed up through the process, through process indicators all the way to achievement by implementing a scheme. Coaching has a deadline. Lecturing and teaching. Lecturing is too often confused with teaching and training. If the teacher is the only one talking in the class, he or she may be lecturing, thus solely informing. This is particularly efficient when the student is seeking to get to know about the subject before he goes into studying or training, or to further knowledge. Each to their own, and each and every one of these jobs requires specific training and skills. They must not be confused, and the teacher, trainer, coach or lecturer should restrict their work to the one they are qualified for and have been commissioned to do. That said, one may qualify in various jobs and skills, which, to the best of my knowledge, is more often claimed than actually delivered. There are, for instance, many coaches out there who cannot define coaching. Beware. There is a great many gurus out there claiming to coach, who are certainly not coaches, ready to school you only to fool you. It'll pay your way to check before you get involved. And as to gurus coaching in stadiums, this is beyond a joke. Coaching is best done one-to-one or in small workshops. What do teachers teach? On many occasions have I seen teachers teach what is in the syllabus, or what they've been taught or told to teach. Well, it's not what the students need or will ever use, making all that irrelevant work a whole waste of time and effort, and money. Hence, making the test and auditing and profiling parts of the course all the more essential. English teachers have this obsession of making sure their students learn and know a maximum phrasal verbs, without ever stopping to think that we only really need a few on a daily basis. Same goes for general business English. Most English speakers in business at international level today are non-natives and will tend to use a narrowed down, often simplified English or Globish, even closer to American than British English in the content and the accent. And those people often communicate with counterparts who, as non-natives themselves, are facing the same challenges to speak English and have the same level of English as them. Not to mention the fact that their students don't want to become linguists or Anglo-Saxons. I have stopped counting the number of students who come to me after years and years of learning and training in English, and yet were never taught what they needed, and so never succeeded in learning what they were taught. Most of them were forced to plough through a book that was often irrelevant and inappropriate, and had to push through just to collect pages and pages of never-gathered knowledge. They are only permanently reliving Sisyphus Smith. I will never say enough how essential it is to audit level and abilities as well as needs and objectives. People need to be taught just what they need and no more. They'll soon come back to a good teacher if they know he or she can do the job. For more on teaching, check my book, The Comprehensive Teacher, also an audiobook by Maxine Lennon. Remember, always keep calm and speak English. Nobody will get hurt. All my audiobooks, ebooks and books are for sale on Amazon, Fnac, Kobo, iTunes, and may be listened to or read on most smartphones, tablets and computers. I regularly offer training and coaching sessions and workshops to professionals and individuals. My services include training and coaching for teachers and trainers, in-company training, languages and communication, writers and authors, the media. I also translate from French into Italian and from French into English and back. I train and coach on teaching and training in teaching in English, French, Italian and Spanish. And for further questions and more information, contact me at jesse.crainou@yahoo.fr. That is Jesse, Jesse.Crainou, CRAIGNOU @yahoo.fr. I will do my very best to answer new questions and take suggestions. See you in our next podcast.